We've all heard the excuses men make up to buy watches. Oh, I had a child born today. Time to buy them a watch which only I will wear, and they probably won't even care about it ever. Or you get a bonus from work and you need to spend it before your wife notices it, because if she sees it, you just know she's going to buy some kind of purse with some weird initials on it. But today we're going to look at a watch that doesn't use the typical excuses. It plays more on nostalgia and tugs at our childhood heartstrings. Introducing the all-new Pro Pilot X KERMIT Edition. And I want to know how many of you grew up watching The Muppets. I remember when I was a kid, I watched The Muppets, so this does bring back memories, and I think it's so cool and fun. But who can pull off such a vibrant lime green colored dial? That is the big question. Maybe a younger crowd that wears vibrant colors, but then that younger crowd has to consider the price. Coming in at a price of $4,600 USD. That's $300 more than the Pro Pilot X we looked at earlier. And this one is in fact available at Kavar Jewelers. Email me down below and we can discuss it. Now, I love what Oris has been doing with their designs. They've been doing a matte, subtle case with a bright, vibrant dial. I loved it on the Oris Colson and I love it here. It just makes that dial pop even more than it would on a normal stainless steel watch. Now, this one is full titanium grade 2, so it's going to be softer than steel, coming in at 145 Vickers, and it doesn't have any extra coating, so be wary of scratches. The case is completely brushed and bead blasted with a gorgeous turbine jet engine fluted bezel that looks like it's turning, and that design element is mimicked on the crown. The crown is 7.5 millimeters tapering downwards, and it is a screw down crown, giving the Pro Pilot 100 meters of water resistance. Now let's do the measurements. I got 39 millimeters in diameter, secret measurement 32 millimeters. Okay, so that's the dial and the sapphire. And the thickness is 12.2 millimeters, including that subtle double-domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside. We got no drilled lugs for that clean look and a lug-to-lug of 47.2. Make sure to check it out on the faraway shots to see how it wears on my 6.5-inch wrist. Now that bracelet is also full titanium, solid throughout, screwed links, pretty good articulation, 20 millimeters tapering down to 16, and we do have that airplane seatbelt lift lock clasp. I'm not a big fan of the clasp. I think it adds a little bit too much thickness at one point, and I would prefer a normal buckle and maybe with a quick adjust, or if they can't do that, at least some micro adjustments. You know when you're painting and you use that green tape to protect the borders? That's the color of the dial. But it does change depending on the lighting. And there is a fun Easter egg. The date window at 6 o'clock, it is color matched, but on the first of every month, you're not going to see the number 1. You're going to see Kermit the Frog. And that is just so playful of Oris. It's a reminder to not take life too seriously. And maybe every time it's Kermit Day, we should take some time out of our busy days and enjoy the little things. Be grateful for the little things. Now the dial has gorgeous, elongated, thin, elegant hour markers that are painted on. And at first I was upset, you know what? Why don't we get applied indices? But this flat stealth look matches the clean straight lines of that titanium. It just works so well. So I think it wasn't a cost issue. It was definitely a design choice. And in the end, I have come around. I think Oris hit the nail right on the head. The design is just so cohesive. This style is matte finished, but I'm curious how this Pro Pilot X titanium will look with a gorgeous sunray dial. I would love to see that in the future. So let's look at the lume. There is a little bit of lume on the hands, which is slightly below average. And on the dial, there is absolutely no lume on the hour markers, just on the tiny hash marks behind each hour marker. And they fade basically instantly, so I'm going to say there's no lume on the dial. The lume is not good. For the movement, the in-house design caliber 400 with 10-year service intervals and a 10-year warranty. It's a 28.8 VPH hack hand wind automatic, 21 joules, and now let's look at the rate. We got -5, -4, and the fourth and final round, -4. Oris regulates these movements from -3 to +5 seconds a day on the wrist performance. On the time grapher, you can see a little bit of a wavy line. That's because it has twin barrels, giving the KERMIT 5 days of power reserve. And this one does have 21 joules. Now let's look at the rate. We got +2, +4, and the fourth and final round, +4. This watch, I love it, and it really makes me think how boring my collection is. White dial, silver, white, silver, white, silver, maybe one gray, one black. There's no fun colors anymore in my collection, and I need one. And this one is a strong contender, but it's a lot of money. That's the thing. It's just a lot of money for a fun watch. And if you are buying a fun watch for this much, then I'm sure your collection is pretty complete and you already have the serious watches with all the usual suspects that most people desire. But I'm not at that stage yet, so I have to keep my eye on the prize and stick with the boring, even though I want a fun watch, but maybe a more affordable one. But I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments section. And if you liked this video, then you will love the 2 videos I have on the right of your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next one.